What's up, Eagles fans? It's your boy EROCK here in South Philadelphia, Lincoln Financial Field, on a gloomy Tuesday afternoon. And you know what? The weather exactly suits the mood because it's gloomy. It's gloomy. It's going to be gloomy for a couple weeks now. You guys are bummed. I'll tell you what, I'm a little bummed too. It sucks. It sucks that they lost. It sucks that this wonderful ride that Chip Kelly and Nick Foles have sent us on, that it's got to end. It almost feels like it ended a little prematurely, you know? This team was exactly one field goal kicker, one wide receiver drop, and one safety who knows what the hell he's doing away from beating a really good New Orleans Saints team. But I will say this, and this is what I put on my Twitter right after the game, and I wanted to elaborate a little bit more on it. If you're not following me on Twitter or Instagram, give me a follow at the Mighty EROCK. But I said, and this is the God's honest truth, it's always hard leaving Lincoln Financial Field for the last time in a football season. Usually when I go to leave, it's after a playoff loss, or especially after the last 2 years, it's been after, just a dreadful season, and you walk out of there frustrated. You walk out of there with a bunch of could-haves and a bunch of should-haves and would-haves and just overall just a whole lot of regrets, and a lot of here we goes agains. That's just the Philadelphia way, right? Except for this time. I walked out of Lincoln Financial Field, not able to feel my fingers or my toes because it was colder than a dead witch's titty on the North Pole in December in there. But I walked out with my head held high, with my chin up, because I know that this Philadelphia Eagles team is just on the beginning phases of a long, successful journey. Here we are, NFC East champs, just this close to beating a really good New Orleans Saints team and Drew Brees, who's a Hall of Fame quarterback. This is just the beginning. Nick Foles doesn't even have a full season under his belt. Chip Kelly just finished up with his first year as head coach. The defense just began their transformation, and the defensive players just started getting an idea. We've got a lot more players getting out of here and a lot more players coming in here. This is just the start, baby. The rest of the NFL is on notice. Eagles are coming next year. Believe it. And riddle me this, Batman. Riddle me this. A lot of people are naysayers now that the Eagles lost or the season has ended. Let me ask you something. Convince me. Explain to me how this team takes a step backwards next year. Explain to me how, now that the bar has been set here, that it won't be raised to here. Explain to me how this team gets worse next year. Explain to me how this division isn't ours in 2014. You can't. For all those reasons I just said. Now, I've heard some people go on and say, well, the Eagles, oh, geez, did you see the schedule next year? Oh, my God, it's a first-place schedule. We're playing the Seahawks. We're playing the 49ers. Let me tell you something. Those are playoff teams, and that's the way you want it. You want to be the best. You play the best. What do you want? Things just handed to you? You want the easy road? So what? They got a tough schedule. I got news for you. The 49ers, the Seattle Seahawks, they're looking at us going, oh, the Eagles, that's a tough matchup too. What do you want, just shit handed to you? You know what you call a football fan that just wants shit handed to them just because? You call them a Cowboys fan. What do I think the Eagles need to do in the offseason? I think it's really simple. They need some safety help. And I'm not talking just one, I'm talking two. Because right now we have glorified special teams players playing the safety position. And even the best special teams player that is a safety isn't even starting at safety for the defense. So it makes absolutely no sense. We need a safety. We obviously need a field goal kicker. I wouldn't be surprised if after that game against the Saints, they took Alex Henry behind the practice bubble at the NovaCare complex and just old yellered his ass. I'm not sure you're ever going to hear from Alex Henry again here in Philadelphia. I think they focus on the defense. I don't think they need a lot of help on the offense. Maybe they're a big wide receiver away. I think Jeremy Maclin will test the free agent market, but You know, certain people are saying that he's going to come back. It depends on how much money. It depends on how that knee's holding up. I don't think they need a lot of help on offense. Maybe a big wide receiver. I think through free agency in the draft, you're going to see them build that defense up. And man, that defense is already very reminiscent of a Jim Johnson bend don't break defense. It's only going to get better. And this offense with a full season, off season as Nick Foles as a starting quarterback, and then a full season, a 16-game season as him starting. Shady's just hitting his prime. Deshaun, don't worry about the contract talks. Don't worry about any of that. It's going to be all right. This offense is going to be ready. This defense is going to be ready. And the Eagles are going to be ready to roll in 2014. So Eagles fans, I know it's gloomy, it's cold, it's rainy, and it sucks. But trust me, the draft is right around the corner. It'll be here quicker than you know it. So will free agency. So will training camp. And so will the Philadelphia Eagles once again hitting that field right here in South Philly. It's a bright future ahead of us, guys. Let's stay positive. Let's go Birds. And I'll check with you later.